Fire escape engineers, inspector summary video here. We're going down, we're finding the fire escape has been changed in bolts probably 20 years ago. There is rust in certain connections, primarily further down some of the clips. Probably finding a 25% failure rate on some of the joint connections. You know, rust there, rust in these that will constantly eat the material. Finding a lot of cracked masonry. This is all masonry work here. It's eventually going to blow out that wall with any type of movement in this building. So that's about 25% failure rate we found on that. More concerning is these connections. These are good. This is what a good connection looks like with rivets. These are 75 to 100-year-old rivets and bolts. But as we go down, we're going to start seeing some issues, and that the connections are starting to fill. So let's go over here just quickly. See the rust getting inside there? See the rust getting inside there? If that's not stopped, it's basically going to blow out these gussets. And these gussets, like the many gussets down below. See that rust in that connection right there? So all those are shot. There's certain points further down that we have a lot of rust in some of these joints. Let's go down a couple of floors. That's where I'm finding a lot of the major issues. Again, 25% structure. All the bolts on the treads have been redone. The rivets, every corner is shot though. You know, I don't know what's happening, but basically these are huge structural cracks. That's going to involve a mason. This is only going to keep growing. Water is getting in there. There could be freeze and thaw, ice jacking and rust jacking happening in there, and it's eventually going to blow out this whole wall. That must be addressed now. Water's getting inside. A lot of cement. So I found that the cement is about 25%. But look at that corner right there. That's all shot and exploded on the other side. Look at all the rust coming down in there. Let me get you a nice shot. It's probably going to be one floor down that we found some serious issues. But again, this fire escape does need a paint job. 25% failure rate on the structural. That's what I'm finding. And again, look at that whole crack. So it seems to be a consistent issue all the way down. See all the rust build up? It's all rust. All rust in here, all rust in here. And that's going to keep growing and eating up these corners. And it's not this one, but the one below is very bad shape. Here's a corner that's gone. See that? It's all built up. Those have all popped. And if I go down a little bit more, again, this is very quick, but there's rust, cement issues. That corner is another one. Now, those corners seem to be the corners that keep getting shot. There's another shot of how much rust is built up in there. Okay. Some of the feet. These corners are typical on all the floors. These corners are shot also. Get into another one here. And if you go up there, you can see that corner is shot. It's got a lot of rust. Look at that corner again. Huge crack coming down. A lot of rust buildup on some of these shoes. This corner is a bad corner. Let me see if it'll lighten up. If I get in there enough. Yep. Look at all that rust in that corner. And so what that means is all those rivets are gone. So again, some of these things, once repaired and sealed, you're not going to give trouble again. Big structural crack. Another continuous structural crack. I think this whole corner is going to need a mason in the spring to address the situation. Just look how bad that corner is. It's all rotted out right there. Okay. So again, it's still at the 25 percentile. And then we got, you know, these feet that are rotted out. And, you know, I was even able to, on this one. So some of these, the nut is there and it looks good. The nut is there, but then through freeze and thaw, there's nothing holding anything. These are all gone. So when you start looking below, a lot of times it's the gussets that have water penetrating inside here, inside there. But again, I still find that the entire fire escape has only got a 25 percentile of structural. So, you know, this stuff is not addressed. You'll have to replace the fire escape because a lot of it is just rotting out. There's another major corner. This is right there. Look at that's all. That whole thing is rotted out in that corner. See, all rotted. So, and then this is a whole new staircase going down to the ground. But you know, 75% of this fire escape has been rebolted to a certain degree. That corner wall, all the way up from the top, is going to blow out in the next 5 to 10 years if the water and or the ice jacking and the rust jacking is not stopped. It's going to pop that corner. The crack is already there, running the entire length of the building. And so about 25%. This is a brand new staircase going down. Definitely got to seal these things up. You got to seal this up because water's getting in there and eating your bolts. See? All that rusty tears is an indicator that the bolt now is compromised and that these bolts now need to be replaced. And you have to seal it. Otherwise, what happens is there's a bolt failure, somebody trips and falls, and it's some liability associated to the association. Okay, any questions? Inspector Meneses, 800-649-3333.